Yeah, I know I'm late. I know. It's okay. I will be, if it has anything to do with technology, I will be late for my own funeral, period. I really will. But I do appreciate y'all sticking with me, reminding me that I'm late. I mean, you can't, I mean, what friends like these, I mean, geez, Louise. Yes, yes, yes. I am late. A whole series of things can happen when you're the chief cook and bottle washer on a live streaming show. Primarily, that sign behind me decided to start falling down. So I had to take some measures with the shelf and this and that. It had to. Then a post wouldn't post. Die. Tech or tires, it's going to give you problems. This is what we're dealing with. But you know what I could do at the end of the day on Friday? I could put this on the list of things that I did for my boss. That's what I can do. I can just say, hey, you know what, boss? This is one of the 5 things I did. We had a studio issue, some technical issues, and I got those taken care of. I really got those taken care of. Yes. I'm glad you guys are part of the pro mic movement. I really am. I do appreciate all of you. And it's funny because the YouTubers get to start chiming in a little earlier. And I was having some fits with YouTube as well. I know I'm late, James. Holy mackerel. We're just going to keep, report to Queen Bee. Hey, everybody. What the hell's going on? A lot happening in the world. So let's just start at it here. And of course that I will have to adjust. Whoa, that. And let's get moving in on this. We did not get to celebrate, and I am going to celebrate it. I don't care. When evil people lose their gig, I giggle. There's a retread who's back in the valley now. You guys might know who this person is. Total retread, one of the most evil people I've ever worked with, is now had Katie Hobbs on yesterday. When that person got fired from a gig in Chicago, my boss came in and told me right in front of Rob, and Rob's friends with him. I couldn't stop laughing. I couldn't stop cheering. So yes, when mean people, evil people, divisive people, arrogant people lose their gig, I think it's funny. They'll land on the feet, they'll find another job, don't care. But that person that is a complete fraud tells everybody that he, has more money than God because his dad died and left him a bunch of money. Like if he gets fired, I'm going to laugh because he's got enough money. He said, I don't know how much money I have. I just know I never run out of it. Literally the words he said to me. But I'm not going to tell you who I'm talking about. Yeah. You're guessing. You probably got it right. But there is a which one? The retreads. Oh yeah, dude. And it's so funny that the bosses over there at that station told us when it was back in the Mike and Whiny days, we're bringing in new talent like you guys. I kept that bar set low. New talent like you guys because we don't hire retreads. Yeah. People that have been in the valley doing radio or people that have been in the station doing radio don't come back. Please. Talent? Us? Yeah. I remember one time he asked Whitey, one of the funniest things I ever heard. They were doing some kind of charity golf tournament or something like that. And he said, do you guys golf? This is the boss. So do you guys golf? And Whitey didn't even skip a beat. He goes, well, we play golf like we're radio show hosts. It's kind of pretending along the way. Yes. I would not answer that question, Brendan. I don't know if I should answer that question. But it's a 3-part name. I'll just leave it there. I love Larry. Don't get me wrong. I love Larry. I hate him on air, but I absolutely love Larry and his wife, Lynette, are just wonderful, wonderful people. They truly are. I do love them. Yeah. Well, Larry just loves Larry. He just loves him some him. He just loves him some him. And Lynette is one of the not even was a morning guy, but now is not a morning guy. Now is an afternoon guy. Oh my God, it's Bruce St. James. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'll just whatever. I don't. If the guy came to me for help, he'd be one of the few people in the world that I would not help. Then I mean, there's a list of maybe 3. Yeah, I mean, I'm being serious. So anyway, let's just move on from that. Holy mackerel! So anyway, I celebrate evil people getting a solid disruption in their life. They're going to be fine. So we are going to talk about. Not who I was thinking. Not who I was thinking of then. Yeah. Well, I said it now, so it's there. There it is. It's on tape. I might edit it out for later broadcast. That was probably not nice to do. Anyway, Joy Reid has been fired from MSNBC, and I am singing. I don't know why. I don't think it's related. But I can't stop thinking "Ding Dong, the witch is dead." But she's not dead, so it's totally not related. Not related at all. So so Joy Reid is a multi-millionaire. I don't care if she lost her job. She's going to go to some stupid, I don't know. She'll do like I did and go streaming and probably have a hell of a following, and she'll be just fine. She'll have sponsors. She'll have this and that. But watching her last show, and then watching Maddow, and then watching Don Lemon, oh my Lord, do we need to talk about this? This is good. Here we go. She can learn to code nice, man.
Value. And
you said her show had value.
That
hold up. So really, she did.
My show had value. And
to you,
that I'm sorry.
Oh, Lord help me.
That
I said I wouldn't cry.
That what I was doing had value.
No, you
had
no
value. And
if value is race baiting, being evil, and lumping all white people in together, being the most racist person you can, lumping an entire race of people into one group and bash them, that's textbook racism. That's definition of racism. You are a racist.
The end. I'm sorry. I try not to cry on TV. And I think this is kind of like being on TV. So I apologize. And then it mattered. I see Karen is there, and she's been texting me as well. And so what I will just say is that in the end, thank you.
You had a whole row
where
dude just, and by the way, I did not expect to see a man there, but a dude just got back from Costco. Look at this. Watch it. He's got tissue and bulk. He's like, I gotta go. She just lost her job. I'm going to Costco. I got to get the 36 pack.
Thank you. Where I land is that the moment of guilt that I felt, that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or a dad that was killed, or
really?
When we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted and not.
Oh. Okay, I'm not going to touch that one. I'm not going to touch it. You know exactly where I'm going with it, too, but I'm not going to touch it. I've already got myself into enough trouble naming names. You guys goaded me into that.
Black folks that, or went hard for immigrants who've done nothing but come to this country like my parents did and try to make a life and defended them.
You did nothing wrong.
Or whether we've talked about what the president is doing that is subversive to the Constitution, that is injurious to our.
Literally saying injurious. Literally saying none of this is her fault. It's one of those apologies. If like you're breaking up with your ex or something like that, right? You're breaking up and you go, I'm sorry I loved you too much. I'm sorry I cared for you and your kids too much. I'm sorry I fell in love with your family and they fell in love with me. I'm sorry if I poured emotions into you. It's exactly what she's saying right here. What do you expect?
Liberty, defending books that people find inconvenient, that Nicole Hannah-Jones put into our spirit, that we need to understand 1619 as the real founding of this country.
It was plagiarism and lies. But
talking about any of these issues, and yes, whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as the American people have a right to object to little babies being bombed. And where I come down on that is I'm not sorry. I am not sorry that I stood
Sorry,
up
not
for
sorry.
those things, because those things are of God. And you know, I'm a church girl too, and those are the things that I was taught were of God. And so I'm not sorry. I'm just proud of my show.
What show? You're proud of what show? Here's the deal, y'all. I'm be serious. I know how this feels. It's not good. It is not good. I remember I got let go from my heart. I called Queen Bee right when I got to the truck, and I said, "Can you imagine all the money I'm going to save on gas?" That was the first words I said. It's tough. It's not easy. It's sucky. It really is. My problem was, here's how I'm going to open book today. You guys good with that? I was let go from iHeart primarily because I would not back and I would not have a certain candidate on my show. I would not buy into that candidate's platform. I would not make that candidate's platform a platform on my show, because all of us as we the people were over it, and we had no business having it on my show. None. I was let go because of that. And as evidenced by the person that replaced me, the first show, because I listened to it, we all do, we're sick like that. The first day of that person's show was all, here's how I feel about things. And it was exactly what I said I wouldn't do on the show. So that's why I was let go. Rob and I had record numbers. Yes, Brendan, you're correct. Rob and I had record numbers. They had to go to our contracts because they had never seen numbers like that in the afternoon. They've never had it. We had record revenue, almost 3 times the amount of revenue of when the morning show host was in the afternoon. 3 times. So there was absolutely no reason. Rob left of his own accord. Rob said, I just don't want to do this anymore. And like you say, he tried it with me here in streaming, and they said, I just really don't want to do it. My heart's not into it. And I love and respect him for it. It's a blow to me, but I mean, I love and respect him for it. But I'm not like, me, you know? Yeah. Tucson's most popular Phoenix talk show. Oh, that's awesome. Oh my goodness sakes. Yes. But yes, I would not kiss the pumps, and I was not going to, and I was not going to be it's stolen. No one cares anymore. Go on, move forward, win an election. Win the next time. And you did. And you should have thought of that. Yeah. Yes, yeah, Miss Rob. We definitely we all miss us some Robbie Rob. So anyway, Rachel Maddow. There's a lot of government people getting fired, a lot of government people getting fired. She should be fired for what she said. If Rachel Maddow was my employee, I would fire her the second this show ended. Because if I were Rachel Maddow's boss, I was just called a bigot. I was called a racist. I was called a misogynist. And you insulted my programs, my station, on my program and my station. Here is Mark Cuban's twin.
Even bigger programming change is at 7 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern, where Joy Reid's show, The Readout, ended tonight.
Yay!
And Joy is not taking a different job in the network. She is leaving the network altogether. And that is very, very, very hard to take. I am 51 years old.
Laughing all the way to the bank.
I have been gainfully employed since I was 12. And I have had so many different kinds of jobs, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Yeah, it used to be cool, actually.
In all of the jobs I have had, in all of the years I have been alive, there is no colleague for whom I have had more affection and more respect than Joy Reid.
That's a lie.
I love everything about her. I have learned so much from her. I have so much more to learn from her. I do not want to lose her as a colleague here at MSNBC. And personally, I think it is a bad mistake to let her walk out the door. It is not my call, and I understand that, but that's what I think. I will tell you, it is also unnerving to see that on a network where we've got two, count them, two non-white hosts in prime time.
Non-white, here we go. Put it back in the deck.
Our non-white hosts in primetime are losing their shows, as is Katie Fang on the weekend.
And they suck, and she sucks too.
And that feels worse than bad.
Whoa. Okay.
No matter who replaces them. That feels
non-white,
indefensible, and I do not defend it.
Fired the minute she leaves that studio. Fired. There is no excuse, and talk about indefensible, for what you just did to your station on television. There is no defense of that. Zero. Sorry. My cameraman, Ozzy, is moving the camera. It's not defensible. You did that on TV, live, and your boss had to sit there and listen to it. And because they're so afraid of the gay mafia, the LGBTQ mob, they just said, okay, whatever. Yeah. They would rather fire two, like she said, three non-white hosts than slap that hand out the door. It's amazing to me. Absolutely amazing to me. What Megyn Kelly, who I'm not going to play right now because I get completely distracted when I'm watching Megyn Kelly. So guys, you know I'm going. Probably girls, you know I'm going to. Not going to play. She celebrated this like I did. Don Lemon is mad about that. We're going to now go into the land of people that were so insufferable on cable news that they got fired. So speaking of fired hosts, here's Don Lemon.
Let me just say to Megyn Kelly, in my 30-some years as a journalist and my 50-some years as a person of color, go fuck yourself. Okay?
You said a naughty. Now take a drink for effect, and nothing in there, actually. Yeah.
I usually don't like to talk about her because she's one of those people. She thrives on it. She has built the second part of her career on being a troll. So this is what Megyn Kelly said about Joy Reid, right?
Your entire
and
career
remember,
was
Joy Reid is a woman,
trolling
Megyn Kelly's a woman. She's supposed to be all about women and, supports women. Okay, so this is what she said. Remember when Joy Reid laughingly mocked white women tears as pathetic and offensive to her? Who's crying now, Joy? Good riddance to the absolute worst person on television, and shame on NBC for letting it go on this long. And she has she is an axe to grind when it comes to MSNBC, and also this whole, she's racist, right? It's just, I'm gonna give you the evidence.
Who?
Supposedly learned from it and then spent every day after apologizing for it and being fired for it, then spent every day proving the point that she is a racist.
Wow. That's fantastic.
And not very supportive of women. If you look, all you have to do, the evidence is in her Google search.
Not supportive of women.
And what she says about women, how she.
Yeah, okay. This race baiting idiot, whatever. He just got to say a naughty word. So he's very super excited. He had to talk crap about somebody who was wildly more successful than him. And this is what I was telling a young person in my life yesterday or the day before. And that is if they're talking crap like this about you, they're jealous of you. Because they can only take you down. That's all they're going to do is take you down. So anyway, but show me the receipts, dude. Oh, Megyn Kelly's racist. Megyn Kelly's racist? I had no idea. See here. Oh, you guys got a whole conversation about Robbie going on over here. Yes, and yes, Ron, she did throw MSNBC under the bus. 100%. Rob's doing fine. Rob's doing Rob. I have wow, yeah, that's he's a, oh my goodness, what's the word? What's the word he used? I'm a complex. He said I'm a complex human. He's one of the most complex dudes I've ever known in my life. But anyway, Joy Reid is gone because her show sucked. Her show had terrible ratings. Her show wasn't bringing in the revenue, and she was a danger to the entire NBC brand. Period. She is. To this day, talking trash. Rachel Maddow's the same thing. Rachel Maddow, by the way, I will give her credit for it. I have no problem giving her credit. Rachel Maddow is an intelligent woman. She has studied. She studies one side of an argument, but she has studied. She is smart. She has talent. And she was very entertaining a while back, way back in the day. She had talent. And she was entertaining. Let's go local. No, actually, let's stay with the, can we stay with the fired host? Let's stay with the fired host. As you know, NPR is refusing to call the Gulf of America, Gulf of America. And I'm going to get into Gulf of America a little bit later, okay? So I'm getting into Gulf of America later because I want to talk about the NPR kerfuffle now. NPR has been kicked out of the AP. I think it's NPR. Kicked out of the White House press briefing room. They're not allowed in there more because they will not call it the Gulf of America. The left media, MSNBC, CNN, appalled, aghast. How dare they? How could they possibly do that? How could you even think to remove the free press from the press briefing room? Borderline Bill O'Reilly-esque take on politics before MSNBC, 100%. That's why Anderson Cooper was fantastic before Trump. It was awesome. He was super talented, smart guy. Anymore. Anyway, here's a little flashback from CNN, who was up in arms that any news organization can get booted from the White House press briefing room. Here we go.
Questions about Fox's as Fox radicalizes and as it becomes even more.
By the way, the dude's only like 34 years old. I gotta look. I don't have my Brian Stelter. I believe is 34 years old. That guy right there, 35 years old. Just saying. Oh, shoot. Yep, not talking about it. That's an old man right there.
More of a political tool. Zerwick, you wrote a column recently for The Sun about this, saying Fox should be viewed as a political tool. And that raises a question. Should it be a part of the White House press pool? Should it be afforded the privileges that come with news gathering? Even though they do have some news reporters at the White House, you're saying they're primarily a political tool. So should that be reassessed, Zerwick?
You, sir, are just a tool. Yeah, but you're a fired tool. So there. Oh, no, didn't he get a job at like Georgetown or Princeton? He got a job at an Ivy League school teaching social media something. I'm not lying.
Listen, I really do. I think it's a discussion we need to have. Look, you're not supporting democracy. You're not supporting the larger values of this culture. They don't even stand up as a opposition party, but there's nothing journalistic in what Lachlan Murdoch said. And you know what? I say, hey, you know what? Let's take them at their word. Let's not let them on the plane. You want to let the Proud Boys on your plane, on Air Force One? No, I don't think so. These guys are doing the same thing.
Wow. Okay. That's, by the way, that was journalism. And there it is. Brian Stelter with the yeah. Hard-hitting journalism right there. Let me tell you that much. Oh my gosh. Did you know your governor is still a complete bozo dingbat, but a rich bozo dingbat? How about this? Oh, Hobbs is getting investigated, excuse me. I wrote it down. For bribery, attempted fraud, and racketeering. $400,000, just $400K. $400,000 bribe she's accused of taking. This woman is a fraud. Although we had the discussion about the platform that I would not take, and that's why I lost my gig. But the evidence pointed to it. Let me go back to it. Yes, there was 21 million votes that just magically disappeared between the last two presidential elections. Katie Hobbs was the beneficiary of a lot of shenanigans, I would say. And she was the Secretary of State, which I think is the dumbest thing in the world. She was running the election. I do believe that there were shenanigans. I cannot believe in good faith of this great state that you would elect you would elect Katie Hobbs over Carrie Lake, who was beloved for 2.5 decades here in the Valley and a trusted voice. You can't tell me that went down. And so I knew that. I still stuck to my guns that it shouldn't be a platform on the show because no one cares anymore. Because at that moment, no one cared if the election was stolen or not. Nobody cared about January 6th. You look at both sides of the ball there. Nobody cared about either of them. And the platforms that were hyping Jan 6th and then stop the steal and all that stuff, they weren't getting ratings because no one wanted to talk about that crap. We were all done with it. Every single one of us, we were all done with it. Oh. $400,000. Katie Hobbs. Do you remember this? I pulled this video up. This was about the actual election, though. This is, if you want to know who the ponytail is, hightailing it out of there, that's your governor.
So, you know, I have some questions about the election in Arizona. You know, Maricopa County, they did these secret testing on the machines, which per the elections procedures manual, you were supposed to oversee.
It's like Mario Kart.
Did you authorize this? Ms. Hobbs?
It's Hobbs. I've got Hobbs.
Ms. Hobbs, what about the signatures on the mail-in ballot affidavits? Are you aware of what those look like? That they look nothing like the signatures of the voter? Ms. Hobbs.
You know you are not the legitimate governor. You just
elections in Maricopa County in Arizona. Are you fucking rest, Jordan? I'm at the gym. Give it an effing rest. Is that what you said?
I sure did. Wait, what did she just say? I didn't know she cursed in this. Let me see. Scary. What did she say?
It's in Maricopa County in Arizona. Are you
fucking rest, Jordan?
I'm at the gym. Give it an effing rest. Is that what you said?
Oh, give it an effing rest, Jordan. Got it. I'm at the freaking gym. Okay, now I got head thoughts. God dang it. Okay. I'll keep them there. Yeah. There's a lot of I don't know. I think there needs to be some sort of I don't know, you go a week without pay. I'm not into cancel culture or something like that. If you walk away from any reporter, especially when you know you run away like that, why don't you turn around and answer the question? And hey, listen, I know you have questions about our electoral integrity. Everything has been noted. It's all public record. You can go and make the judgment for yourself. But as it stands now, I'm the governor of the state of Arizona, and I appreciate your time. Thank you. And turn around and walk calmly away. That's it. If you do this crap, there's some sort of sanctioning body. I mean, these people do work for us. And y'all know I'm not that guy. Like, oh, you work for me, I pay your salary. But this is not an acceptable action in any way. And if this woman wins re-election, I will probably give up on Arizona's elections. I'll just give up. I'll stop participating. I'm so sick of this noise. Andy Biggs will mop the floor with her. Andy Biggs is brilliant. Andy Biggs is experienced. Andy Biggs is going to be the next governor of the state of Arizona. There you go. There's my endorsement if I have to have an endorsement. But I guess Robeson is running again. And I'll put it this way: this nation is this state is in a drought, and the governor that looked me in the eyes, the gubernatorial candidate. Oh, I love saying that. The gubernatorial candidate, Robeson, looked me in the eye when I said, "Why do you keep building communities? You and your hubs keep building communities with golf courses in a state where water is desperately scarce, and then you build homes that are supposed to have by law a 100-year water supply. They get a 100-year water certificate, and they're not there." And she gave me some long-winded desalination pipeline from the Pacific Ocean crap, and saying that, and I said, okay, then why can't you at least water your golf courses with reclaimed water? She goes, because people have saltwater treatment in their homes, and the salt is bad for the grass. Swear to God. Andy Biggs. If Andy Biggs is the nominee, which he's going to get, there's going to be a primary. But if he is the Republican nominee, he will be a staple on this show. That is for damn sure. Because I would at all costs need to take out Katie Hobbs. Katie Hobbs is shady, illegitimate, unintelligent, do nothing, there for the parking sticker governor I have ever seen in Arizona, we have a long, proud tradition of craptastic governors. We really do. She kind of fits into the mold. They go, I did not expect to go on a little rant like that. So let's keep going. Hey, did you know that the cabinet today got a visit from Dr. Doge himself, Elon Musk? So the clutching of the pearls happens all around the cable sphere and on social media. Elon Musk is not a cabinet member. Oh, that's how was he a cabinet member? He's running this country. Well, Hunter Biden and Joe Biden were not cabinet members either, but staples at cabinet meetings. Here for what? It's what? Oh, okay, nice. I thought you were selling something. Okay, let's go with this. Elon Musk. Here we go.
Sustain as a country $2 trillion deficits. The interest rates, just the interest on the national debt, now exceeds the Defense Department's spending.
Truth.
We spend a lot on the Defense Department, but we're spending over $1 trillion on interest. If this continues, the country will become de facto bankrupt. It's not an optional thing; it is an essential thing. That's the reason I'm here, and taking a lot of flack and getting a lot of death threats. By the way, I'm gonna like stack them up, you know. But if we don't do this, America will go bankrupt. That's why it has to be done. And I'm confident at this point, knock on wood, you know, knock on my wooden head, there's got a lot of wood up there, that we can.
He said I got wood.
Find $1 trillion in savings. That would be a roughly 15% of the $7 trillion budget. And obviously that can only be done with the support of everyone in this room. And I'd like to thank everyone for your support. Thank you very much. This can only be done with your support. So it's really, DOGE is a support function for the president and for the agencies and departments to help achieve those savings and to effectively find 15% in reduction in fraud and waste.
15%. Clinton Gore did 12. Just remind your liberal friends that are freaking out that 15%, he's firing all these people, he's firing all those people. Remind them that Clinton Gore did it. That's not too long ago. That's early 90s. Okay, so 20 to 30 years ago, they cut 12%. Fast forward, they got that 12% plus back 13, plus 3% on top of that. They brought it all back. Why? Because it's government, because it's stupidity. It's not a fair game. So Elon Musk at a cabinet meeting is essential because you are all the heads of these departments that that need to have 15% cuts. And yes, the Department of Defense needs 15% cuts, 100%. I'm sorry, an F-35 pilot does not need a $300,000 helmet. Sorry. We can figure out how to do that thing for $100,000. $100,000. I know I sound like a jerk, but each pilot has to have their custom made to their head. I get it, I understand that, but and it does. The functions of them are absolutely absurd. But at the cost of a house, it's time to cut back on the DOD. It is, and if we always want to take that savings, put it in the VA, I'm all about it. But then you need to cut the VA like crazy, and you get rid of all these people that are scamming on disability, 100% disabled. I'm sorry, I can't see why 15% of cutting anything isn't reasonable and palatable. It's hard for me to believe that somebody could watch any company. If you got let me ask the tears that would be shed if BlackRock cut 15%. No one would care. No one would care if Apple cut 15%. No one would care. Google, Alphabet, YouTube, that company cut 15%. No one would care. No one would care. But we have a government taxpayer-funded media apparatus, which you learn through USAID, that lost a lot of their funding is ticked off about it, so they have to make these people look like the bad guys. The bad guys and gals. Yeah. Just in case you needed another refresher that the Democrats are the most systemically racist organization our country's ever seen, I give you Pramila Jayapal.
We can't let them deport the millions of families across the...
Oh, look at the grassroots signs in the back. Those are grassroots, right? All organic. Yeah. Oh, the uprising of the people. You mean the paid for people that are there with their paid for signs? Okay, go ahead.
Country who have been doing the work that keeps our economy going every day. We can't let them scapegoat and criminalize immigrants.
You know, she's so heartfelt about this. She's reading it. That's how heartfelt she is. She's trying not to. She's acting like she's trying not to cry. She's acting like she's emotional. She's reading.
Who contribute, who are our neighbors, our friends,
we're not
our
deporting
churchgoers,
we're not deporting
our
them.
Community around us that we deeply love. Immigrants are us. Yes. Immigrants are us, and we all deserve.
It's like Toys R Us, but different. Immigrants are us. I don't want to grow up. I'm an Immigrants Are Us kid.
Respect and dignity. That's right. If you look at the food that's on your table, think about who picked it. If you look at your home.
Did y'all catch it? I'll just replay it. I'll just replay. Yeah.
Look at the food that's on your table. Think about who picked it.
We need migrants. By the way, this is the same argument. We need migrants to pick our food. Swear this is. I can't believe they get. It's just so funny they get away with this. We need migrants to pick our food and clean our hotel rooms and clean our houses. So she went on to houses after. It's the same argument. Not going to lie, you guys. Think back. The First Continental Congress, Democrats were arguing we can't abolish slavery. Who's going to pick all our stuff? Who's going to do all our work? Democrats, if nothing else, are consistent. I'll tell you that. See, yeah. Oh, look at this, Rhonda. No lie, there was we haven't even scratched the surface. La Raza called Obama the deporter in chief. Oh, Trump hasn't even touched this. I haven't even scratched the surface of deporting as many people as Obama. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Oh, the John McCain phrase. Yeah. The excellent candidate for the artillery projectile repair technician. That's awesome. Let me give you real quick before we dip here. Yep, never mind. I'm not going to give it to you. It's not in my notes. It's not in my notes. I know. Hold on a second here. Yep. Oh, hell. We didn't get to celebrate a little bit and then get really mad. So we're going to start with yay and then gnashing of the teeth. You guys ready for this? Super. No tax on tips. Was it tips, overtime, and Social Security? Pretty cool, right? I mean, I think about Nuge. Intern Nuge works at the steakhouse. That dude, they pool tips. He's not going to get taxed on tips. Dude just got a raise. My mom's on Social Security. Mom got a raise. Pretty rad. I think that's pretty cool. No tax on those. And overtime pay. Those that are working 9 to 5. And of course, companies get around this. Actually, companies won't be footing the bill for this. I think it's good. Yeah, not overtime pay. Ready for the gnashing of the teeth? Because that's a cool win, right? You see all the stupid posts that came out. Promises made, promises kept. Ah, shut up. Promises made, promises kept. Anyway, just how about this? You also promised you wouldn't have a bloated budget. The no tax on tips, overtime, and Social Security was to distract you from a spending bill that I believe is it's between a 3 and 13% increase of the current budget. Oh, Doge is saving us a lot of money. Apparently not. The hell just happened? What the hell's happened to USAID and all that? All those things are stopped. Why are we spending more money? What the hell is going on? I want answers about that. I want answers. That why? Okay, if you're as a Republican Party, as a Trump administration, you're celebrating all this Doge stuff. You're getting all fired up about it. Why the hell did you just pass a budget that's bigger than last time? Why? Help. Everybody getting excited. Woo! No tax on tips. Woo! No tax on overtime. But weren't you a couple days ago going, woo! No, Doge. Woo! Go Doge. We're saving money, but we're going to spend more. Inquiring minds want to know. We want to know. All right, y'all. Let's do this again tomorrow. Thank you guys for hanging out. Sorry for my tardiness. I will be a little more punctual mañana. And I appreciate you guys hanging out and chatting along. And keep the conversation going if you want to. But I got to get the heck up out of here. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow right here on In Other News at noon.